Hi, today I am going to teach you synchronous speed and how do we obtain the relationship. Okay, so in the previous video also I have told what is synchronous speed. So here's definitions also written. In the induction motor, when we have a stator, when the supply is given to the stator windings, this stator windings produces the flux, and this flux is a rotating in nature, and this flux rotate at certain speed, and that speed we call it as synchronous speed, that is ns. Always ns is, the formula is 120 f by p, where the f is the frequency and p is the number of poles. And what is a frequency? Frequency means when you give the supply, we give the, that is the voltage. This voltage has certain frequency, so that frequency here we are telling. Already I told you what do you mean by frequency. If it is a voltage, suppose this is a maximum voltage, this voltage oscillates between this positive and negative value. So number of times, how many times it rotates per second, that is called a frequency. Okay, so now I'm just going to tell you how to get this particular relation. Okay, this particular relation, how do we obtain? Listen carefully because this is very important, and this logics, if you understand, it will become very easy in coming topics. Okay, now let assume first two poles. Let's say we have a stator, and let us assume we have only two poles, that is here N and this is S. Now we know the three-phase induction motor is a AC motor, so we give the AC supply. And since we give a AC supply, this magnetic poles keep changing its poles. Like if it is north, in next moment it becomes south, it becomes north, south, north, south, and this is in south, north, then south, north, south, north, etc. How many times it changes? It changes 50 times per second because our frequency is 50 hertz. Okay, so 50 times it changes. Now by this topic, by this technique only, we are going to determine, that is we are going to obtain this one. Okay, so now we know that this is the complete revolution, okay, for one cycle. So if I have, let us consider only two poles as before again. So we have two poles, here N and here S. When this complete, that is when it keep changing it, this is one complete revolution. So this is the time taken here is T. So for first half cycle, for first half cycle, this north will shift it to this place. Then for the second part, this north again shifted to here. So again it becomes north. So totally how much? It is for one time it is 180 degree, for another time again it is 180 degree. So totally it completes 360 degree. Okay, so now we know the time taken for complete one cycle is T, that is 1 by F. To complete this half, how much time it is taken? 1 by 2F. Okay, so here to this north to come here it takes 1 by 2F time, and to go here it takes 1 by 2F time to complete 360 degree, that is to complete one revolution. So it means what is the total time for 360? It is 2 times 1 by 2F. Okay, so what is this 2? 2 is number of poles. So this can be written as P by 2F. Am I right? So this is P by 2F. This is the time taken for the magnetic field to complete one revolution, that is 360 degree. Now the same thing we can do it by taking four poles also. So same relation we will get it. How? Now if it is a four pole, so here we have four poles, here north, south, north, south. Okay, now this is north, this is south, this is north, this is south. Now let's say when this is coming here, and then from here then from here, and then from here. Okay, so here what happens, from one pole to another pole to shift, we know the time taken, it is 1 by 2f, and here 1 by 2f, and here 1 by 2f, and here 1 by 2f. So by this it completes 360 degree. Okay, so in this one what happens, the total time taken for one revolution is, it is 4 times 1 by 2f. And what is 4? The number of poles. So again it is p by 2f. So you take any number of poles, the time taken for a magnetic field to complete 360 degree, that is one revolution, is p by 2f. Okay, if you know this, and remaining part is again going to be very easy. Now if it is, so how can we write? That is, the magnetic field takes p by 2f second for one revolution. Okay, so in 1 second how many revolutions we can have? So for 1 second we can have, it is opposite, that is 2f by p revolutions. Okay, so for 1 second we have 2f by p revolutions, rotations. If this is for 1 second, let us calculate for 1 minute. 1 minute means 1 minute have 60 seconds, so we have to multiply by 60. So if we multiply by 60, what answer you will get it? So for 1 minute, the speed, that is equal to 60 multiplied by 2f by p revolutions. Okay, so that is equal to 120 f by p. Okay, the revolution we can say it is rpm, because it is revolutions per minute, because we are multiplying by 60. So this is called synchronous speed. So in this speed only the magnetic field rotates. It means here the north pole, south pole, north pole, south pole, how fast it keeps shifting, it is equal to 120 f by p. Okay, so this is what called synchronous speed, the speed at which the magnetic field of the stator rotates, that is called synchronous speed. And this is how we obtain the relation 120 f by p. So I hope you like it and you understand. If you like it, please like, subscribe and share. Thank you.